Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. Police in Wilkes-Barre are investigating a reported shooting that occurred near a movie theater on Monday. Emergency crews in the Wilkes-Barre Patrol Division responded to East Northampton Street around 4 p.m. on Monday for a reported shooting at the RC Movies 14 location. When crews arrived at the scene, they found a male gunshot wound victim on the sidewalk. According to a search warrant, witnesses saw the victim arguing with a woman in an alleyway just minutes before the shooting. An unidentified man then allegedly appeared and fired 3 or 4 shots at the victim. According to the search warrant, the victim then crossed the street and fell to the ground while the suspect and the woman jumped into a black car and fled the scene. The victim was transported to a nearby hospital for treatment. Police say the suspect's car was discovered in Kingston later Monday night and has been searched for evidence. The names of the woman and suspect have not yet been released. The victim's name and condition are also unknown at this time. A man from Monomoy City has pled guilty to attempted homicide in connection with a Hazel Township shooting in 2023. According to court officials, Ismael Alejandro Valdez-Batista pled guilty after he allegedly drove 2 other suspects to the scene where 18-year-old Ronaldo Cepeda was shot and killed. The incident took place in April of 2023 in the area of West 23rd Street in Hazel Township. State police say the victim was found with multiple gunshot wounds and was transported to the hospital where he died from his injuries. According to police, a witness at the scene told officers that 2 men with ski masks had been seen walking behind the Firestone Complete Auto Care at the time of the incident. Valdez-Batista was later connected to the crime when his license plate number was seen on surveillance video. In an interview, investigators say Valdez-Batista said he was contracted to drive a friend and another man who were targeting Cepeda to the China Buffet. Valdez-Batista was 17 at the time of the shooting and was charged as an adult. The trial for a former Hazleton police officer accused of detonating an explosive is now underway. According to investigators, Liddell Hannon has been charged with setting off an explosive device in an attempt to kill a man who was in a relationship with his estranged wife. The incident took place outside a building in Klein Township in December of 2021. Hannon's trial began on Monday, September 9th. If convicted, Hannon faces more than 40 years in prison in connection with the incident. Coming up on WYLN News, the trial of Brian Koberger is moved to a new venue. Plus, the Hazleton Fire Department invites the public to their annual 9/11 memorial service. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Express Care, now open on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township. Walk-in care 365 days a year for common illness and minor injuries.
My name's Jackson. Looks like it's sunny tomorrow.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nesquebec and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, La-Z-Boy, England, and Dylan Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The location for the trial of Brian Koberger has been moved by the overseeing judge. Koberger has been charged with 4 counts of murder for the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students in November of 2022. The trial was originally set to take place in Moscow, Idaho in June of 2025. The new trial location has not yet been specified, but will be assigned by the Idaho Supreme Court. According to the district judge, the venue was changed due to the extensive media coverage and the spread of misinformation affecting the fairness of the trial. The trial is expected to take about 3 months. The Hazleton Fire Department will be hosting their annual 9/11 Memorial Service on Wednesday, September 11th. During the event, the public is invited to remember those who perished during the terroristic attacks on September 11th, 2001. The service will begin at 6 p.m. at the Church of St. Gabriel on South Wyoming Street in Hazleton. PA State Representative Dane Watrow and Senator David Argel took a walking tour of McAdoo on Friday to meet with local business owners. During the tour, the legislators visited the Strand Roller Rink, the new Almonte Super Deli, and the McAdoo Machine Company. In a Facebook post, Watrow said the tour was a great way to meet face-to-face with local business owners and discuss their concerns. Mayor Bernard Vilcek also accompanied the legislators on the tour. Coming up on Lansford's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Plymouth Part 2. Plus, we talk traffic safety on Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? one that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call Wyln News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. Wyln, we're your local network.
For about 20 years, the North Branch Canal was the primary transportation system in Plymouth Township. But as was the case across the United States, railroads soon start overtaking canals. The first railroad to reach the area was the Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, which did so in 1857. It would be fully completed from Scranton to Northumberland in 1860, and would bring with it scores of immigrants from Ireland, Wales, Germany, and other nations to work in the coal mines. By 1870, almost 3/4 of the residents of the area were either foreign-born or children of foreigners. Because of the massive influx of residents, it was decided in 1866 to incorporate Plymouth into a borough from the surrounding Plymouth Township. Elections were held in May of that year to name the new town's first burgess, with Elijah Wadhams ultimately winning the honor. Coal mining had by then become a major part of Plymouth's identity. Countless collieries operate throughout the borough, dragging black diamonds to the surface from deep underground. Among the more notable operations that took root in Plymouth in the 19th century were the Chauncey, Dodgson, Nottingham, Lance, and Washington collieries. And then there was the Avondale Colliery, which was built in 1867 along the Susquehanna. Its Steuben shaft, built directly underneath the colliery building, was considered state-of-the-art for the time, but had dangerous flaws in its design, notably that provided only one way in and out of the mine. On the morning of September 6, 1869, this would prove deadly when a furnace for one of the ventilation shafts ignited the mine's timbers. The flames rapidly spread up the shaft, eventually setting the whole colliery building ablaze, and thus trapping the entire day shift underground. A crowd of almost 10,000 people gathered to try and put out the flames, and once successful with this, built a derrick to send down rescue parties to the trapped miners, first successfully sending a dog down and up to confirm it would be safe for humans to go in. Rescue efforts, though, were delayed by obstructions in the mine and black damp in the air, and by the time the search parties reached the miners, it was too late. All of them had died. In the wake of the Avondale mine disaster, as it became known, legislation was passed in the State Assembly necessitating that there be at least 2 entrances and exits to every mine, and that all mines be properly mapped, and that they should be safely ventilated. Pennsylvania was the first state to enact such mine safety laws. The disaster was also a rallying point for union organization, spurring many miners to join the Workingmen's Benevolent Association, the first miners' union in the country. Labor upheaval would touch Plymouth hard in 1877 during the height of the Great Railroad Strike. Triggered by railroad workers in Martinsburg, West Virginia, who were upset that B&O management had cut their wages for the 3rd time in a year as part of the lingering effects of the Panic of 1873, the unrest would spread all over the country, with Pittsburgh seeing particularly intense violence between management and labor. In Plymouth, workers of the Delaware and Hudson and Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western lines went on strike at one point storming a D&H train as it entered the town. The local coal miners joined them in striking, prompting a worried Burgess Samuel French to wire the state for aid. He got it in the form of a 3,000-man militia led by former Plymouth teacher E.W. Matthews. Riding into town on a train with a large gun attached to the cowcatcher, the militia swept through Plymouth, arresting pretty much every man seen out of doors after dark. The troops remained in town for several weeks afterwards until peace had been restored. The Great Railroad Strike itself ended nationally after 45 days of unrest due to President Rutherford Hayes sending militias into cities to suppress the strikers. In the somewhat calmer years that followed, Plymouth residents began looking to build a high school for its youth. Central High School, the first of 4 in the community to bear that name, was built in 1884 by Samuel French's Plymouth Planing Mill Company. It would graduate its first class 2 years later. The building would be destroyed by a fire that broke out in February 1905. The second Central High would be built immediately, with construction overseen by Samuel French's son Harry. A grand parade was held the day the new school was completed. It would, though, serve as town high school for only 7 years before the third Central High School, built by Alfred Freeman, opened to students on September 1st, 1913, in a ceremony that also included a parade. The second Central High would be retooled as an elementary school. The fourth and final Central High School, constructed by Lewis Hancock, was dedicated on February 12, 1925. It was formally named the Davenport School in honor of prominent school board member Ward P. Davenport, who helped streamline and speed up construction. With its completion, the third Central High became a junior high and later an elementary school. The fourth Central High iteration would have the longest tenure as town high school, through 1966.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Linda Gordon, we saved her from back surgery, but then she said she had TMJ, which is pain in the jaw, can't open her mouth wide enough. Stay tuned this week to see how adjustments, laser, and then she puts heat on it, how we can help your TMJ.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hi, Hi everybody, welcome back to another segment of Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrosky, Trooper and Public Information Officer. Today we're talking about travel safety. As the summer comes to an end, a lot of people are still traveling, so let's make sure that when you do travel, you're safe. So let's talk about driving from Pennsylvania to another state, okay? Number one, plan your route, okay? This way you could plan in construction, you could plan if there's going to be a lot of projects going on, you could plan and get there safely. Also, know where there's tolls and where there's not. You have to make sure that you could pay these tolls, that your license plate can be read through these tolls, because that's how Pennsylvania is going to be here in the near future. Also, don't leave a lot of belongings out in the open. What do I mean by that? Don't leave cell phones, laptops, tablets, purses, wallets laying on the back seat of cars, laying in your vehicle somewhere inside that if somebody walks by, they could see it. That's going to entice somebody to want to get inside your vehicle and steal your belongings. Now, if you're traveling out of the country, what should you do? Well, number one, be aware that leaving the country makes you susceptible to be recognized as a tourist, and people might want to target you to become a victim. So, personal belongings, keep them on you. Okay, don't set your purse down, don't set your wallet, your cell phone down. Don't keep wallets or cell phones or any valuable possessions in your back pockets. Keep them in a bag close to you in the front or in your front pockets. This way, nobody could steal it without you knowing. And this way, you'll be able to stop it. These are just a few tips that we recommend here while traveling. If you are traveling, though, safe travels, plan ahead, drive the speed limit, and always buckle up. We'll see you next time here on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.